Right, well, we have a great match in store for you then as we switch over to console. Let's see what these guys can do in terms of shaking things up in their group. Enjoy it between UDI and Henrykinh0.
こんにちは、私の名前はウディです。日本から来ました。東アジアの代表として今回インテルミラノの大会に出ることになりました。よろしくお願いします。インテルミラノで出場することは、小さい頃からの夢でしたし、私にとってインテルミラノは、とても大きなクラブで、本当に好きなクラブなので、その代表になれるかもしれないというこのチャンスは、逃せないので、今回も頑張りたいなと思います。明日はもう優勝すること、ナンバーワンになることしか考えてないので、頑張りたいなと思います。勝てると思いますし、勝つために1年間練習してきたので、過去は世界大会でも優勝してますし、もう一度勝つだけなので頑張りたいなと思います。私にとってeFootballはもう昔から子供の頃からやっているゲームですので、ここまで応援してくれた皆さんのためにも頑張りたいなと思うので、日本の代表として頑張りたいなと思います。応援よろしくお願いいたします。
Oi, eu sou Henrykinh0 do Brasil, representante das Américas nas finais do Inter. Eu espero ser campeão dessa vez, já bati na trave na primeira e dessa vez eu quero sair com o título para ir para o Mundial. Eu tive uma oportunidade, acabei perdendo na final, mas eu sinto que eu joguei muito bem, estou confiante para tentar a vaga e conseguir dessa vez. Sonho viajar para Tóquio para poder disputar o Mundial, é para isso que eu trabalho todos os dias, que eu treino e esse é o meu objetivo principal. Sou muito feliz jogando eFootball porque é um jogo que passou de pai para filho, então eu represento meu pai sempre que eu estou jogando e para mim é sempre muito especial. Meu estilo de jogo é sempre bem ofensivo, é o estilo brasileiro, né? Tenta sempre atacar, fazer gols, pressionar o adversário e acho que dessa vez não vai ser diferente. Acho que todo mundo que está aqui tem capacidade, são grandes jogadores e eu foco mais em estar no meu alto nível. Quero pedir o apoio de todo mundo do Brasil, sei que batemos na trave uma vez, mas eu estou aqui pela gente, para representar o nosso país. Se Deus quiser, dessa vez vai dar certo e a gente vai sair com esse título.
A great show of sportsmanship between our next two players to take their seats and entertain us. Of course, it's not just for entertainment, they're doing it for the chance to represent Inter Milan at the eFootball World Finals. It is UDI. He's been there and done that before. In 2023, was crowned world champion. His opponent is chasing that same dream all the way from Brazil, Henrykinh0, a dream that he came close to being, at the very least, qualified for, Alex, just 2 days ago, losing in that final. You heard it from him there, he said, I played well, but just got a bit unlucky. I think that's the right mentality to take going into this Club Event final.
No, definitely. I mean, especially, it's a different mindset. Like, these two players doesn't need experience, doesn't need to look and to feel what anything that they know what to do right there. No, especially it will be more the point if they have analyzed each other before in the training room. In console, it's a funny topic that no one wants to train with the other one. No, they want to hide all the tactics, all those tricks, no, that they can have for surprise each other. Especially we're talking about Simone Inzaghi, the Inter Milan coach, with his prominent out-wide game style is really, in my opinion, in favor of UDI, who everyone who follow up the esports competition in eFootball was world champion with that wide formation he used 2 years ago. And Henrykinh0 is a really complete player so far, but we'll see until which point he has prepared good enough the Inter Milan finals, because the feeling, different players, just 2 days different, somehow to get used to those new players, new game style, is really important, and but yes, sensational to what UDI, Henrykinh0, Brazil, Japan, which recently, Harry, are the kings of the eFootball scene worldwide in terms of console Japan and mobile Brazil. Brazil maybe looking for the crown in console. We'll see.
They would love to do the double, wouldn't they? That would be some feat, but I'm really looking forward to this one. All of our console games here at this club event finals, the final club event finals of the 2025 season, just have box office written all over them. UDI, the 29-year-old world champion, up against a 24-year-old from Brazil. It is Asia East against the Americas. It is exactly as you said, Alex. Two of our top nations on eFootball across both platforms, ready to lock horns here. And it's tough, isn't it? It's tough, Alex. In a three-person group, you know, one wrong step could prove your downfall. I suppose, on the other hand, you're kind of relying on yourself to get the job done, even if you were to lose your first group match.
No, definitely. And because potentially it's a different way, a group of three, potentially a victory is almost a qualification to the final, but everything will be designed in details. No, we saw in the previous competition that set pieces mark the difference to win or to not, and it's really difficult to perform, to overcome your opponent with such a solid level and domination of the game that these two players have right now. And when we go the single there, Enrique Mesquita, we know how much he wants that victory, that position, that spot into the World Finals to dedicate to his family, his father, and to everyone rooting from him, all the Canarinha rooting him from Brazil. What a country! It is the country of football. Somehow, the passion that they put in on it, and as well as esports. Big champions from there. Guifera, we got Joao Victor. He's trying to get us into the World Finals. And Henrykinh0, he was before the World Finals, but you know what, Harry? You want more. You want more, and be world champion from your favorite video game for your passion. It's a unique feeling so far. Just being between the best 16 of the world this year edition is a massive achievement.
It's a big achievement indeed. And Henrykinh0 won't be happy with just being a 4-time Brazil champion. He wants it all indeed. Of course, it's a 5-hour time difference to the local time in Milan, so I assume all of Henrykinh0's family are enjoying a nice breakfast at the moment. I think it's about 5 hours anyway. I could potentially have my information wrong there, but either way, it's early in the morning. They're probably still waking up, looking forward to seeing what the young man can do. And well, Alex, you've seen something that's got you out of your seat.
No, it's pretty interesting. And that 5 center-back formation is becoming so famous in South Asia, in mobile especially, but on console, we saw who? Romy, the winner of Manchester United, completely an astonishing performance, beating everyone. And now we go, the 2023 world champion UDI using the same one.
Did Maya Gecko use it as well at last year's World Finals? I would have to go back and cast my mind properly at that, but either way, we're underway here.
Oh, the mistake,
UDI against Henrykinh0. It is the 2023 world champion in the Inter Milan home strip. Attacking the right-hand side of your screen, it is the Brazilian Henrykinh0 in that all-white changed strip.
Oh, is Henrykinh0 rushing too much? Look at the counter now.
It's 4-on-4.
UDI. Maybe looking to the shot. No, was trying to pass. It's really interesting to see the way that Henrykinh0 can block those runs by the fullback of UDI. Mostly, I think, is Di Marco, if I'm not wrong, the one that automatically, with the offensive instruction, will go high up the pitch every time UDI gets the ball. So we'll see if somehow, look at Di Marco, the run always will be an important key for UDI.
Yeah, that top of your screen, as well as Dumfries here on the ball. Those will be pivotal points to try and overload the attack, but when they venture forward, that can leave some gaps. That's something Henrykinh0 is trying to exploit here. Oh, through the middle to Lautaro!
Brazil!
Good morning! It is Lautaro Martinez scoring for Henrykinh0. Just days after tasting misery in the finals of our previous club event finals, he's on the board here in his first match.
nothing surprisingly, seeing how good is Henrykinh0, but it becomes to be a surprise, like how easy and simple looks like that first goal for him. UDI somehow lost the control of the position of his defender. 5 center back wasn't enough to block that inside line, the simple pass to Lautaro Martinez, and that first time shot put the lead from the man from Belo Horizonte, Brazil, Henrique Mesquita.
So 1-0 in the opening 10 minutes. Confirmation, your last goal, latest goal, scored by Henrykinh0. And he's looking to try and double his tally here as well.
Offside.
Lautaro is offside, but UDI's able now to try and start building again.
And don't underestimate the man with the possession of the ball. UDI is a world champ, and we all know how difficult it are to beat those players. Nice try. He's getting closer. He's getting closer, Harry.
Yeah, I think something that Henrykinh0 will have to be quite switched on about is that UDI is starting to analyse his gameplay, and you can see he realises when Henrykinh0's watching the runs off the ball, it's inviting UDI to venture forward with the likes of Çalhanoğlu on the ball.
It's pretty interesting, the outward tactic game style of when you are defending, your players defensively, they are sitting deep, you know, so it's quite difficult to throw those quick counter. But we'll see. Somehow, great defensive, great recovery. Oh. It's Henrykinh0! Once again! What a shot! Lautaro Martinez for Henrique Mesquita, 2-0. Look at that position.
Pounces on the mistake.
We see now when he was building about the play, that mistake, Hakan Çalhanoğlu, and look that quick counter. Is Lautaro Martinez winning the back of Bastoni so easily. Great pass, great finishing. Is Brazil leading 2 goals up over Japan.
Little nod of the head in appreciation from Henrykinh0. Lautaro making it 2. And following the goal, we are back underway. 2 goals in 20 minutes. For the man all the way from Brazil.
Joaquin Correa, right after that wonderful pass, another chance for Henrykinh0!
It's a 23-minute hat-trick! Lautaro!
What's going on? Is Lautaro on fire? Definitely it is.
Wow!
Samba para Brasil! A canarinha a manos de Henrique Mesquita. 3rd goal. And what a banger, Harry. Like, look at that. He's running back quite late on timing UDI to block that combination. And look at that left foot first time shot for Lautaro Martinez. This guy is on fire. The full momentum on his favor. Look at the celebration. Being 3 goals up against UDI is not easy. And it's really important because I will let you know something. World champions always appear. And I'm really, really relaxed because UDI will come back. Will come back. So you need to be ready, Enrique, because the pressure is now on the shoulder of UDI that needs to react.
23 minutes.
Oh, another missed pass.
But you're right, UDI is just not very comfortable at the moment.
No, he's not having the feeling of the passes. No, this is a horrible feeling for a player. No, when you having that confidence in the short passes, on those change of play that he's trying from the right back to the left back. Look, another one. Nice defensive job by Nico Varela, and somehow Enrique is blocking those fullbacks of UDI, and I think that's the key. No, Enrique somehow is blocking the runs of the fullbacks and is making it really, really uncomfortable. UDI.
Well, UDI's coming forward again.
Finally, yes, he left behind the pressure. But now, Augusto
can't piece together the vital passes that are needed at the moment. He looks just uncomfortable. You said it correctly, and he's sticking with that 5 at the back formation. Alex hasn't wavered from that yet.
Well, they were practicing from yesterday. They know each other, what tactically they are going to use more or less. No surprises from UDI, no surprise at all from Henrykinh0, but somehow Henrykinh0 is stopping the key of the UDI tactic, blocking those fullbacks that when they go high up the pitch, provoke an immense outnumber of players over his opponent. Now finally looking for Federico Di Marco, Hakan Çalhanoğlu. This is the chance he was looking for so long, but another mistake. Great recovery by Henrykinh0.
Just every passing lane seems to be cut off for him as soon as he wants to try and make that incisive pass inside. And we're about 10 minutes from half time. Henrykinh0 3, UDI 0. And it is Henrykinh0 who just looks so comfortable here. Barella skip past his man, Dumfries is there as well for company. Inside to Zielinski. We'll come back towards Thuram and Martinez. Oh, and it's Thuram! And it's 4!
Under the legs. And that's painful. That's really painful because UDI was there to block the shot, but he was just with the matchup, not clearing the ball. That what makes the difference. It was Henrykinh0 putting the shot, putting the trigger. 4-0. We haven't seen such a big score in just one half so far in a long time here at the club event finals. But something is sure, Henrykinh0 seems unstoppable in this game 3.
Well, it was the player of the week, Marcus Thuram, tucking home goal number 4 for Henrykinh0. The previous 3 have been scored by the man who set it up, turned assister this time around. And we're still 5 minutes from half time, and Henrykinh0 has the ball again.
He's still with the possession, no? It looks like he's having a hard time to clear this play. Henrykinh0!
It's 5! I am speechless!
No. There's only one playing there, and it's Henrykinh0 completely dominating and approaching the weakness of UDI, that somehow his tactic is completely broken. There is two parts, defense and attack, and that unlucky rebound, it was Bisek with Çalhanoğlu. That rebound was really well approached that for Henrykinh0, that somehow is getting everything on his favor. Tactically, rebounds, momentum, and he's been really, really clinical. Harry, it's not easy. He's scoring almost every chance he got closer to the goal. Unbelievable.
This could end up being what we would call back in England a cricket score by the end of it, unless UDI can start to threaten Henrykinh0's goal. Martinez for him now. Outside to Di Marco with the cross in towards Marcus Thuram. Çalhanoğlu to Di Marco, lots of space to try and find his man across the floor.
Still on for UDI.
Still alive, Thuram to Çalhanoğlu!
Whoa, what a finish in UDI. Great comeback. Still on track. It's not over.
The world champion is now on the board. Three different opportunities in this one passage of play just before half-time, and it is that one, a first-time strike by Hakan Çalhanoğlu.
Çalhanoğlu was like, Harry, I'm pissed off, give me the ball, give me the ball. Wonderful finishing. 5-1, yes, seems big, but it's nice to hear, it's nice to see from UDI, a great reaction.
6 goals in the first half between these two.
The last one will be for Henrykinh0 if he wins the header. Lautaro no. And we will go through the dressing room with a massive score, Harry, 5-1 between two players that completely could be fighting for a world championship. So it's completely unexpected. Henrykinh0 has entered the game in a wonderful way, and is now the pressure on UDI, and well, will respond 100%. He will respond.
Well, the second half is underway. I was going to say, don't adjust your phone, your screen, wherever you're watching us from. It is half-time, not full-time. And we're in the second half now. Henrykinh0 in the all-changed white Inter Milan strip, attacking this right-hand goal. Marcus Thuram giving chase, and, well, it will be a corner for his efforts here.
Yeah. It looks like nobody's Henrykinh0 having the corner kick on his favor, looking for Pavard, Thuram, many options there in the corner kick, maybe playing short. Yes, short for Joaquín Correa.
He's just dancing in and around the box, isn't he? Trying to find that all-important pass that could split open the defence, but it's allowed Udi to now try and break. Çalhanoğlu's held his run as long as he could.
Mostly what you need at this moment from Udi is to find solution to how to defend better against Henrykinh, because he's taking so much to recover the ball every single time, and that making him really a lot of difficulties to build up his play. Every single time he's regaining the ball on his box, and it's so long until he connect with the striker. So somehow he need to find any solution to get closer, to put some pressure, because right now Henrykinh is really comfortably.
He is indeed, and the scoreline will explain exactly why he feels so comfortable. 5-1 at this level is, they were clinical. 5 shots, 5 goals, 1 shot, 1 goal.
Even the champions can't avoid to have a bad game, Harry. This is the highest competition in the world. This is the best level so far in eFootball. And I will say, still a long time to play. 30 minutes left. Clear advantage from the Brazilian Henrykinh, that is making a big statement so far on today's finals, saying that he wants to be the champion today. But it's not over.
A thorough here for Udi. And for those that were paying attention to the schedule, you will know that Udi takes the stage again after this match. And well, he doesn't want to concede 6, thanks to the goalkeeper. He pushes it round, and that won't be the case, at least for now.
Yes.
Thuram can't quite find pay dirt there.
Just to take a look at that dribbling, sometimes the best one. Just to dribbling without rush the running bottom. That's the best, because sometimes defensively you rush with the match-up bottom, and sometimes the simple turns is enough to avoid and to leave behind your defender. Great action again by Henrykinh, and now some substitution here on the screen. Udi. Same tactic for Enrique Mesquita, most likely with sub-tactic, because just to remember, sub-tactic are really important here. 3, 4, 5, all the substitution made by Udi, that is trying to put everything he has into this last part of the match. Zielinski counter target to have 3 players on top, so Zielinski will not defend in the last part of the game for Udi. Try to accumulate, maybe for those counter, Harry, maybe to put some troubles on Enrique. We'll see. Corner kick for Henrykinh.
It is indeed following that Thuram strike that was pushed around the post. Here it is, Mkhitaryan needs to try and beat at least one. Havard was the man that was trying to get on the end of that, and now Udi, who trails by 4 clear goals, can start to travel forward. That's good wrestling by Dumfries. He wins the ball back fairly. Inside now. Correa, Thuram, is he onside? He'll fight Zielinski.
No way.
No!
And look at the celebration for Enrique, because that was a goal. Maybe the timing was perfect, but look at how far he went for the goal. That was the best action so far from Udi. And what a disappointed finishing, no?
Just showing his class and his ability there, but in the end, the finishing let him down. I think it was more difficult to miss than score in that scenario. But the scoreline remains 5 for Henrykinh, 1 for Udi. But Udi's trying to change that here.
Yeah, his combinations are completely perfect now compared to before. Nicely new version from Udi, more compact, more accurate, and now he's getting closer to score the second one.
Nice. Beats his man.
Zielinski going through Correa. Marcos! Great save.
Great save.
He's putting another intensity. He's 1 level up in terms of intensity compared to before. Now play on red. Going offensive, Udi, that unless to get some confidence is really important, Harry. It's not just to win, to not, but to finish the game in a fashionable way. Scoring, creating chances is really important at this point for him.
Especially to feel comfortable going into your next match.
Yeah. Bastoni regaining 1 and twice the ball.
Someone that is so comfortable at the moment is Henrykinh. Just everything he do, it does look effortless. Everything he does. It has been giving the ball away somewhat
10
in the
minutes left.
second half. As you say, 10 minutes to go.
But Henrykinh is impressive how he has defended the wings of UDI. No? Completely UDI has no player to connect with. Simply the wingers are blocked by the marks of Henrykinh, and is just letting UDI to play on the center side, which he doesn't accumulate as many players as we can expect from. And that's the problem. He's struggling. He has no players to connect with. Wonderful job by Henrykinh to analyze and to stop tactically UDI in this match.
5 minutes to go. And this one is now out of sight for UDI. Henrykinh has played a blinder. Those 5 shots finding the goal in the first half. Well, how much he would love to run that goal difference up. Marcus Thuram here has found the space on the right side of the pitch, but Bastoni stoically stepping up.
Il quarto uomo indica 2 minuti di recupero.
And that one will just roll
2 minutes added on,
agonisingly behind. 2 minutes added on.
This game one in console seems to be almost over, and the first 3 points will go to Belo Horizonte, Brazil, because Henrykinh made a massive game on how to be clinical, intense,
And that will do it. Clinicality, intensity, it was all there for Henrykinh, winning 5-1 against the world champion of 2 years ago. What a match. Henrykinh, he should be very proud of that one.
and now completely shocked the score, because you can expect one or other to win the game, but not in that way. 5-1 is simply outstanding victory for Henrykinh, which is starting with a proper way this competition. Just to remember, how important is exactly when you play in a group of 3. You cannot let any mistakes at this score, because lately, Harry, and maybe at the end of the day, in terms of you tying on points, maybe this score could be really, really negative for UDI. But we'll see. Still one more game to play for UDI, and will be the next one against Arda.
Well, here was the second goal, 2 in 20 minutes. It was a 24-minute hat-trick for Lautaro, if memory serves me rightly. Not much celebration for the second there from Henrykinh. He knew a 2-goal advantage just would not cut the mustard, and always would invite UDI back into the game. But this one, off of the post and into the goal to complete the hat-trick from Lautaro. There's the relief. There is that goal. But no doubt will be making his father very proud. He said, of course, I represent my father every time I play. It's his dream to come here to Italy, and I think his father will be very, very proud, at least after that performance. Lautaro, who had just completed his hat-trick, that time around turned provider to strike partner Marcus Thuram, leaving UDI scratching his head. It was another mistake by the man from the land of the rising sun, which made it 5 in the first half. And Henrykinh at that point knew things essentially were done and dusted, everything within his control. Of course, before the half-time whistle, we saw goal number 6 of the first half. It's this time Hadjan Çalhanoğlu with the first-time strike after 3 consecutive chances for UDI. But in the end, the handshake comes in, the sportsmanship is there. UDI on the ropes in this group. Henrykinh, Semra, continuing his fine form.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I have to pick my jaw up off the floor after watching that. Emphatic victory there, 5-1. I mean, he certainly came out swinging, and he is a man very much with a plan, as you can see, certainly looking to right the wrongs of the other day, Alex. I mean, you've got to talk to him to find out just how it is that he was able to pull out such an incredible performance out of the bag.
Here we are with the winner of match number 3, Enrique Mesquita, Henrykinh from Belo Horizonte Pramundo. Enrique, what a way to start the competition. It's like beating a former world champion, and not just that, in that way, the first half was simply unbelievable. What was in your mind in that moment? Now in Spanish, esa primera parte fue increíble. ¿Cómo se dio todo, ¿no? Ese inicio de partida tan fuerte contra un gran rival como es UDI.
Eu não esperava que ia ser um primeiro tempo tão bom assim. O UDI é um grande adversário, um adversário muito difícil, mas acho que a partir do primeiro gol eu ganhei muita confiança. Eu senti que estava jogando muito bem e acho que os gols saíram muito rápido, então eu fui ganhando confiança e ele foi perdendo também. Acho que isso desenrolou a partida toda.
Yeah, confidence. No, the other day he was also shocked at the way he was performing in the first half. He saw having some difficulties on his opponent. He approached the momentum. He was getting some confidence after each goal, and he saw that UDI was losing it, and he approached it very, very well. Now into the upcoming games, Enrique, look at first at the previous one. That formation for you worked perfectly against UDI. Those fullbacks were completely blocked by your formation. Dumfries at the marco has nothing to do from UDI against you. ¿Cómo fue eso? La formación quizá, ¿tenías pensado analizar, bloquear ese ataque tan fuerte del japonés con esos laterales ofensivos?
Sim, é uma formação muito diferente para mim. Eu não estou acostumado a jogar contra. Hoje de manhã eu falei com o Fute Fácil e com o Iga. Eles me falaram algumas coisas que podiam dar certo e eu treinei com o Fute também e acho que deu certo nesse primeiro jogo.
Good to hear. No, he was like analyzing and seeing how to stop, because that formation is not comfortable, not used to play against it. And talking with Fute Fácil and other fellows countrymen there in Brazil, how to block that advantage that UDI is using into the competition. Now, one game left. Arda, it's not over, it's not done already, the qualification. Any thoughts before your last match of the group?
Arda também é um grande jogador. Eu acho que vai ser um grande jogo. Agora acho que é descansar, observar o próximo jogo também e me preparar bem para a partida, porque é uma partida muito importante para poder classificar para a final.